Okay, so season 1 of Tekken Bloodline had premiered a couple of months back in December of 2022, and honestly, I have nothing but good things to say about it. Just about everything in Tekken Bloodline was almost perfect, from the visual presentation to the pacing of the story, to basically the creators being able to get people emotionally invested in, I guess, Jin Kazama as he goes through his character development. He goes through, I guess living through a horrible experience, losing his mother to Ogre, and then finding out that, Heihachi Mishima was responsible for that. Even though Heihachi did, help train him to defeat the Ogre, the whole thing was his fault and was basically using Jin as a pawn to basically get what he wanted. And, he ends up beating Heihachi within an inch of his life after he kills Ogre. And pretty much throughout season 1, Jin was pretty much doing everything he can to, I guess, avoid getting very angry and activating the devil gene, but the inevitable happens, and it takes place when Heihachi basically pushes him over the edge and basically tries to kill him by pulling out a pistol and shooting him a couple of times. And yeah, it's like the whole thing is just like Jin's story is real tragic, and at the same time, I feel like the animated series did a better job at telling the story of Tekken 3 than the actual video game did itself, because back in the day, we didn't really have video games in the late 90s or whatever that pretty much went through as much depth to tell stories as video games do nowadays. But to this day, Tekken 3 still remains arguably the best installment with the entire Tekken series. And speaking of which, I feel like the ending of Season 1 of Tekken Bloodline, it felt like a prelude going into Tekken 5. But the thing is, I have no idea whether or not we're going to get a Season 2. And the thing is, Netflix has not confirmed that there was going to be a season 2, but at the same time, they have not said that, the Tekken Bloodline series has been canceled altogether. So that's something that's still up in the air, and we have no idea what to expect from the Tekken Bloodline anime. A lot of people, including myself, are hoping that it continues, but right now, a lot of people are looking forward to Tekken 8, and we do know that's going to be released for, I guess, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. I doubt it's going to be on Nintendo Switch, because I can't remember the last time I ever saw a Tekken game on a Nintendo-based console. We do know a couple of key characters that's going to be in Tekken 8, such as Jin. You have Kazuya. You have Jun Kazama making a return. You have Nina. You have, I believe Lars was confirmed to reappear in the game as well. Those are just all the names that I know off the top of my head. But hopefully we'll learn more about Tekken 8 before the end of 2023. But as far as Tekken Bloodline is concerned, it's definitely one of the best, video game adaptations that I have seen, or video game to film adaptations that I've seen in quite some time. And I do feel that Tekken Bloodline should have more than just 2 seasons, because it seemed like the ending to season 1 was going to go into Tekken 5, the story for Tekken 5, and then the story for Tekken 6, as we all know, is, I guess, Jin Kazama being MIA and basically being a villain and faking his death and all that stuff. And then you have Tekken 7. So honestly, I do feel that you can get 3 or 4 seasons out of Tekken Bloodline. I hope that's the case, but until Netflix confirms the fact that the Tekken Bloodline series has been, I guess, renewed or anything like that, it doesn't seem like it's anything that's going to happen anytime soon.